I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hey guys, welcome back to In the Mind of Jax Taylor. How you guys doing? It's been a crazy, crazy week, obviously, with the reunion. I just want to give a brief recap of everything. Obviously, it's very, very hard to watch everything that's going on. I can't express to everybody out there watching, as well as the cast and everything, just how horrible I acted. And, you know, I'm just devastated of it all, to be honest. And it's just... You know, I'm glad it's over, and that's why I think it's important for me to step away right now and focus on my mental health and getting to a better place for myself and my son, and to be a good co-parent with Brittany. I think it's very, very important that I get in a good place so I never ever go back to acting like that again. That was just awful. All year was awful, and I'm just so glad it's over, and I'm so glad I can move forward and get to a better place. So that being said, we also have the sign coming down. So the sign is coming down today. It's kind of bittersweet. Obviously, we had a great run with it. My business partners are going to be there. We're going to take some pictures. Like I said, this is not a... They were kind of shocked that I was going to step away from the restaurant. They were not expecting this, but, you know, we were talking, and I haven't been there in the last 3 months because I just didn't think it was a good time for me to go step into a bar when I'm trying to fix myself. I don't think an establishment like that is a good idea for me right now. So after talking it over with my business partners, I just think it's a good time for me to step down from the bar and focus on, again, mental health and getting better and putting, just owning a bar and a restaurant really doesn't align with what I'm trying to do. And I think you guys can all agree with that. So we are stepping down from Jax's. Yeah, that's it with that. I think it's a good move. And who knows what's going to happen in the future. We might come back with something different. But for right now, I think this is the best move for me. So I appreciate you guys, everybody who came to the restaurant, who came to the bar, who supported the bar, who bought the merch, who drove from far away, who flew in from far away. You guys are all so amazing. I just got so many pictures and so many memories with everybody. You guys made it such a really, really cool place, and especially to all my friends who supported me. We had such a great time there. It was definitely a learning experience, and it's going to be sad to step away, but it's also a very positive thing too. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. So coming up, we got the couple that runs the Justice4Jax page. We finally got a hold of them. I'm excited to hear what they have to say.
We have a very surprising guest, and I kind of surprised Jax with it. He wasn't aware until last night.
We're going to put all the rumors to bed right now because we have Justice4Jax on here, and it's a couple, by the way. It is a couple. It is a man and a woman that's running this. Everyone's been like, this is freaking for sure, Lori. This is for sure, Jax. As you guys know, I am not that intelligent, so I don't speak that way, the way they speak.
You mean spell, because they don't speak the memes. Yeah.
Whatever, talk, verbiage, whatever you want to say.
They're so creative. I couldn't believe it. People thought it was me, guys. I don't have that much time on my hands, nor am I that talented, honestly.
And if I need an ego boost, I just go right to this page. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I read this and I'm just like, God, they're so nice. I just want to meet these people.
You think they're nice, and I think they must be batshit crazy.
There is some like these people might be batshit crazy.
Yeah,
it might be a little like, listen, hey, I like to toot my own horn just as much as the next guy, but what's going on here? What's the ploy? Is this for clicks?
Yeah.
What's this for?
So a few episodes ago, we were talking about the Justice4Jax page, and I think I had said, if you're listening, please reach out to us because we want to have you on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
I'm so happy to put this to rest. They're finally here. The people are finally
here. And the account messaged me.
Yeah.
And then I actually spoke to them over the phone. And I was shocked to find out that it's not one person.
Did they sound
It's
normal?
not one crazy. It's two crazies.
Did they sound normal?
Let's have them on, and I'm going to tell them what my first impression was of them. So, Justice4Jax.
Justice4Jax.
Welcome.
They're here. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
We're doing great.
All right, first of all.
Great.
Oh, my God.
They really don't want to be heckled. This is crazy.
You need to send them Jack's merch.
I'm going to 100% send
that's
you
the
guys
only thing
Jack's
we're
merch.
missing.
I mean, are you guys afraid of first of all, why are we doing this?
Your haters are pretty intense.
You know, it's not just my haters. I think the Bravo universe is just really cruel. I think reality TV universe is cruel. I think it goes for all TV shows. Yeah, I get a lot of hate, but I've been doing this for so long that I don't let anything bother me, really. But, yeah, I guess the haters they're pretty rough. The Bravo universe is rough. It's rough.
How did this page come to be? Like, were you watching The Valley one day and sitting on the couch and saying, we need to start something? Or were you seeing all the hate, against Jax right now? And you were like, we want to show support. And why? I have so many questions. Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people now we're chronically online, right? And just seeing the stan culture for Bravo, for sports, for all this stuff, like it is so out there and it's gotten so intense. Like I truly don't think that there's anything different than our account and some of these other like Bravo stan accounts that like, pump people up that they like, except now we're doing it with somebody that people, I guess, have somewhat of a problem with, right? But I don't know. I was just like, I was on Twitter and I'm seeing what people are saying and everybody's so reactionary and everybody's take is so like definitive. Somebody does something that the crowd or the audience doesn't like and the immediate like reaction is to cancel this person, get them fired, this and that. And I was just thinking, I was like, we enjoy watching Jax. We've enjoyed watching Jax for, a decade or whatever it is. And I was just like, I think an account like this, people would pay attention to because
there was not one positive comment account, and we just felt like there's no nuance anymore. Everything in stan culture is so black and white, and there's no room even to have an opposing opinion or you're going to get your head bit off. So we thought, why not be the first, I think, account to shake it up a little bit, have a differing of opinion, be a little bit daring, be a little bit funny. And that's what we did. And we didn't expect it to totally take off. And it's been so much fun.
I love it. Of course I do. I mean, your AI photos are fucking spot on. I mean, I don't know how you guys do that. They're really, really funny. I mean, you got to really look hard. I'm like, God, could that be me? I mean, that really looks like, besides, I think the only thing that's a little off are the tattoos, but other than that, it's spot on. It's really, really is. You guys do a great job.
I'm glad you appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Later, because obviously it's a big part of you. So
yeah, I love the 5 people that are in my corner. It's great.
2 of them are right on the screen.
I know, 2 of them are here. No, I really, really appreciate it, guys. Can I ask you, do you guys do this for anybody else? And do you guys think, because of everything that's happened, the situation with me, would you do it for other people? I think you should, personally.
I mean, I thought it'd be funny to do a page that was called Just Janet, about Janet, because Janet's getting so much shit right now.
Yeah.
But I personally don't really have any strong feelings about Janet. So we like you, we like watching you.
And you hit the nail on the head. And I'm not this is going to be hard to not sit here and agree, but you hit the nail on the head with a lot of things. And there's a lot of things about me that I'm shocked that because that aren't on TV. How did you find that out? And you really set the record straight with a lot of things that you say. I've said this a million times and people aren't understanding. I think people just love to hate me. I think they do. I think I'm an easy target for a lot of people. I think people just kind of just go ahead and put the blame on me. Do I cause a lot of shit? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, I do. But I think a lot of the times that people want to escape their own issues and they'll just blame me for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they don't take accountability for their actions. They say, you know what? I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get hate from the world, so we'll just blame it on Jax. That's kind of what they do. Or they'll rework it to where it's back to me again, where they don't kind of own up to what they do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I think, on the show or shows are scared to show certain things. They're scared to what the world thinks. They're scared to, I guess, see what people are going to say to them on social media. Again, I've been on TV for a long time, so I have a pretty thick skin, but there is new people out there. I mean, I know, for instance, Janet, she's taking it to heart. She's new on reality TV, so having the world hate you is not easy,
I mean, with the whole Janet situation, listen, we're not fans of Janet either, but also, who cares? It's a TV show. Exactly. We're watching it. It's not a big deal.
That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, we're there to entertain you. If we sat in the corner and braided each other's hair, we wouldn't have a show.
Oh my God, if you say that line one more time. Ryan always says, if he says the braiding hair comment one more time.
If we sat in the corner on a show, right, and we all just sat and agreed with each other, the show would be canceled in 5 minutes. So guess what? We're there to entertain you. We're there to stir up the shit and see what goes on.
So I'm gonna be real for a second. And I think the people listening will appreciate this and respect this because it is the truth. I completely understand what you're saying. Yes, it's a TV show, but at the same time, what's being shown specifically this season are very, very real, sensitive topics that have had serious consequences on real people. And it's not just, it's a TV show, it's not that deep. What people are watching right now is triggering, and I think we all need to acknowledge that, right?
100%, 100%. But there's just so many people out there who live a perfect world, who just love to just be keyboard warriors and live in this world where they have nothing going on. We all have problems. Everybody in this world has issues, has demons, has stuff going on. We just choose to put it out there, and I was always hoping that, when I was doing this halfway through the season, I'm like, man, this is going to be dark. This is going to be tough. But you know what? I thought about it too, the silver lining. If I can help out somebody that's going through what Brittany and I are going through, if we can help them make different types of choices, then it's worth it for us. Then it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I would say too, like, we know obviously a lot of the shit that's happening with Jax and all that, like, it's toxic, right? Like, we're not making apologies or excuses for Jax's behavior, but I think at the end of the day, like, it's a reality show, right? So we're seeing what's really going on in some ways with these people's lives. And what's the alternative? Like, you have other people on the show, or you have people on like Vanderpump, like, Lala and Sheena and all this stuff, who have real shit going on in their lives and they don't disclose it. And we're watching them, pretend or try to project what they want to project, and that's not real. So like, we're seeing something actually real with Jax and Brittany, and whether it's triggering to some people or upsetting or whatever it is, there has to be some sort of appreciation for the fact that, like, he's actually laying his life out there for people to see. Whether they like it or not, that's up to them, but it's real. So
there's a lot of people on our current show that have a lot of demons, like I personally know about, and nothing has come to light. Nothing. And it's how some of our cast members have pulled the wool over the fans' eyes is I just don't see it. But you know what? It is what it is. And like I said, things will always come to a head at some point when they need to. But it is like, you're right. A lot of people like to throw stones in glass houses. A lot.
I think it would also be a different conversation if so. Like, to be clear, we understand that Jax has made a lot of mistakes and has done things that for us too, we're like, oof, this is hard to watch. Like, this is really upsetting. But the difference is we're also watching him enter rehab. We're watching him, own up to those mistakes, mediate with Brittany and his, your therapist, and getting help and moving out, giving her the house. Like, we're seeing him make the right moves. So if that wasn't happening, I don't think that we would be having, obviously, like, this Twitter account and, having fun with it. But we are seeing him try, and there's no acknowledgement of that at all.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm like, I am that hated of a human being that people have to wear these outfits.
It's scary. You're not on a reality show, right? You're running this account. And what's nice about your account is it's a spoof account, right? It's
Right.
meant to be funny and entertaining, and it's not that deep. But at the same time, there are crazies online. We thought you might have been one of them, but
Clearly you're not.
No, you guys, we met them actually before you put on this whole gear.
Yeah.
And they're lovely, like very, very normal people. I think that was the most shocking thing to me. But yes, I mean, it's a spoof account. It's fun. And I understand why you'd want to be in disguise, because you're normal people with probably normal jobs and
really,
families.
It's really scary out there. I mean, look what's going on. I hate bringing up Love Island again, but look at all the hate these contestants are getting. They're going after their families. They're pulling out. They're going crazy on these people, and they're like, they don't have their phones. They're on an island, yet their families are being attacked on social media. It's really scary to go after somebody on a show who's there to entertain you is bizarre to me. Why would you attack these human beings? This is an ad by BetterHelp. Guys, there is so much mental health content online. It is hard to choose. These days it feels like, there's advice for everything. There's cold plunges, there's gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? With the internet and information overload about mental health and wellness, it can be a struggle to know what's true and what actions to take these days. Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. So I can't express to you guys enough how hard it's been for me to find, good help, therapists, especially with everything that's been going on with me right now. I feel like I'm the poster child for finding somebody good to work with. And I can't tell you how important BetterHelp has been. They make things so easy, no stress. You literally can do this in the comfort of your own home. Everybody out there is so busy these days. Fatherhood, motherhood, kids, work, just everyday stress. This is just something that you can do quickly in your own home. And like I said, if anybody needs BetterHelp right now, it's me. And I really, really enjoy this company. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy, busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/JaxTaylor. That's BetterHelp.com/JaxTaylor.
When did you become this Love Island, Sex and the City person? Where's Jax? Where's the alpha male Jax?
People putting down and Just Like That. Everybody's knocking the spinoff and Just Like That, the Sex and the City. I love it. Not a fan of Aiden. I don't like Aiden. I just don't.
Girls, I want to know that.
We're going on a tangent here.
Sorry, we go on tangents sometimes, but girls, I want to know, is that an ick? Because if my husband said to me, sorry, I can't do that with you right now. I have to watch Sex and the City or Love Island.
First of all,
I'd be speechless. Wait, I want to ask you, because you are a couple. We won't, we don't need to know personal details, but would you be weirded out if he was like, hey, babe, I need to watch Love Island, or I'm obsessed with Sex and the City?
We watch Love Island together.
Okay, together.
Okay.
He watches it alone.
Listen, I don't sit there and say I have to do it during the day. When I go to bed at night, the shows I like to watch are Sex and the City, Golden Girls. I like my shows that are comfortable.
What happened to the crime?
Yeah, those are my comfort shows.
Yeah.
What I do is I'll watch a season of The Office. I'll watch a season of Friends, and then I'll go back into Sex and the City, the beginning years of Sex and the City. Those are my favorite, the first 3 seasons. It was really fun. But anyway, getting back to the Sex and the City thing, I love chick flicks. I always tell everybody I'm a chick flick guy. I love.
Well, remember when you
rom-coms.
Remember when you almost converted from Nobody Wants This?
Yes.
That show. Did you guys watch it? He just got so into.
I wanted to be part of the Jewish community.
Because of that show.
Anyway, so just real quick, just to finish this, don't knock and Just Like That. It's so good. You can knock Aiden all you want, though. Aiden was like Burger to me. I hated Burger and I hate Aiden, but the show is so good. I love it. Give it a shot. Anyway, what were we talking about? Back to what I was saying.
Well, let's get back to these two because I still find it amazing. So which meme went the most viral?
The one of Jax wearing a shirt that said, "I bleed too," and the Bravo fans on top of him. I think that got 250,000 views.
On Twitter.
Wow. Do you know that? Tell them last night, the one that you did recently of him and Andy Cohen, he sent it to Andy.
I sent it to Andy.
What'd Andy say?
Yeah, no, I haven't even checked my messages yet, but he usually gets back with me the next day when I text him. But yeah, I sent it to Andy. You know what I might do is next time I do Watch What Happens Live, I might blow that up. And I'll give you guys obviously a shout out or credit for it. I'll write it on the bottom or something and blow it up for the
clubhouse.
For the clubhouse, because I have a lot of stuff in the clubhouse, and that would be really, really cool. And with your guys' approval, of course, putting your name on it and everything like that. But, I think he would really, really like that.
We need to print one out, a mix style to put in your office.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm going to put one in my office too. Those are they're really funny. They're really funny.
The Shawshank one.
By the way, Shawshank Redemption is my number one favorite movie.
Well, he was shocked. He said to me, he's like, how do they know that Shawshank Redemption is my favorite?
It's my number one favorite movie. How the things you find on me and the things like you're spot on a lot of things that I always like. I forget about. I'm like, oh, that is right. That is true. Like, it's just crazy.
So how do you guys do it? Or you don't want to spill your secrets? Because this is AI. Like, how are you creating this? It's amazing.
Well, we're getting shit for that too because everybody's so upset we're using AI and blah, 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 which, it's another conversation, but I think that we just have idea. Like the prompts are really funny. Like if I could show you the prompts, they're
very
way
detailed
funnier than the actual pictures. But yeah, it's just random like ideas that we have come in our head and like, okay, this is what I think would be funny to do. And we just write it out, describe it. And, hopefully they make the picture as accurate as possible, but it's nothing crazy. It's just,
so tell people where to find you guys on Twitter.
So we're _Justice4 and then Jax. People forget to add the underscore and they're like, see, this is definitely Jax. He blocked us. I can't find it, and it's because they're not adding the underscore.
Was someone already had the name, the Justice4Jax, so you had to add the underscore?
Yes.
The tone of the tweets to me and the post just seems like, well, you're absolutely obsessed with me. Some may say, a Jax apologist, I guess, if you will. Are you getting a lot of hate?
Oh, yeah.
It's like all hate.
Do you love it?
Yeah, it's very amusing.
Yeah.
I think so many people are watching, but they're not following or commenting or interacting because they think it's you or because they don't want to support it. So there's a lot of lurkers. But people are nuts. I did a post early on and I commented something about how, you're not on stand at the Nuremberg trials, which was tribunal after World War II for the Nazis.
Right.
And somebody comments Jax is worse than a Nazi.
The stuff that people say about me, it's insane.
What are you talking about? It's just so nuts.
My God, I'm going through a divorce like anybody else in the world is going through a divorce.
No. Come on.
What?
I know because you say this sometimes on the podcast or in these moments.
I know
to defend because you get defensive, but you know that your actions
100%.
were not okay,
yes,
and you say that, and you say that all the time.
Yeah, I'm very aware of my actions were not okay, and I'm not justifying my actions whatsoever.
It's not just a divorce.
Keep in mind, I was heavily doing drugs and alcohol, and I was in a bad place.
Whatever it was, we understand why he's getting the hate that he's getting right now because of what people are watching. So we need to continue owning that, honestly. And out of respect for Britney, too, and what she went through and everything. Yeah. And you do say that. So
I understand,
in these
but
moments,
calling me these names is a little bit crazy. People who go out of their way during the day and write these messages, you have that much time in your day to go after somebody who you've never met and whom you probably will never meet and write these diabolical messages. Who are you? Let's just say something about yourself. You should really look in the mirror when you're writing these things and be like, you're taking your own insecurities, I think, and projecting it onto other people.
Yeah.
I think that's your problem. I think you really need to look at yourself and self-reflect. Not trying to say, you shouldn't be talked about, but the paragraphs and the diving in deep off a freaking television show.
Yeah.
We are an entertainment reality TV show. This isn't the news, okay? I'm not, talking politics or, curing cancer. Very simple.
I
don't
think
fucking
like
watch.
for us, so like two things. I want to make something also clear to people is if you look at our page, you will not find one negative thing about Britney. This isn't like a pro Jax, anti Britney thing. We will never say one negative thing about Britney. We support Britney. We empathize with Britney, all of the things. We're not a hate account. Even to the people who say nasty things about like to whatever we write, we're not mean back.
And that's exactly why I was so excited to have you guys come on this podcast, because your account is so refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's light. Exactly.
And to be very clear too, like I love that you guys don't speak poorly about Britney or GIF or anything. I don't either. I would never speak negatively about Britney in public. I don't think that's right to do. She's a mother.
Sure that people understood that from like what our account stands for, and that it really is fun. It's satirical. It's finding a little bit of nuance in these situations. And then it's also, we've talked about like, it's also kind of like a bigger metaphor for the broader Bravo fandom. Just how, I mean, we've been watching Bravo for ages, and I don't think fans have had so much control since I'd say like the past 5 years. I mean, the fans will get on Twitter, they'll get online and demand that people get fired.
I know,
not just Vanderpump, across the board. I mean, there's a change.org for you. I'm sure you're not the first person. And it's draining. It's sucking the fun out of what should be, you know, and
then they kick these people off, and then they're like, the show's boring. The show sucks. The show's this.
Just to go back to what Jack said before too about like, you know, changing the channel. Everybody right now is so concerned with like inoculating themselves from things that they find offensive or things that they don't like. Like they just want to be exposed to things that they agree with, and fine, whatever. But to say like, you know, Jax needs to be fired from this show, this is Bravo. There's a million other shows. Jax's show is 1% of the shows on Bravo. Like, just watch something else. Why do you have to decide that because you don't like this one person on this one show that the show needs to change? There's plenty of other programming.
And by the way, there's how many cast members? I'm on a very small portion of each show. If you don't like it, fast forward. Like it's not the end of the world.
I mean, there's also a laundry list of reality stars that have a platform or on TV still that have been offensive. I mean, Teresa Giudice was in prison. She was convicted of a crime. She was then released from prison, and cameras up in her face, her welcome home. She's bigger than ever. We have Ronnie and Sam on Jersey Shore. I know it's not Bravo, but they are now filming a show together. He was allegedly abusive. We saw him throw her from a bed. She was allegedly on a bed, and her get tossed on the show, and they now have this platform and people are obsessed with it. It's just so inconsistent.
I look at the Chrisleys. Out of jail for tax evasion, got a new show like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
people want to see this stuff, but they
want to control it.
They want to control it. They want to control it.
You know, I tell Jax this all the time. The culture and the fan base is not the same as it used to be 5 years ago or even 8-10 years ago. The things that fans used to find really entertaining and engaging, they don't want to see anymore. You know, like
what do they want to see?
People were, it was lighter, and you were able to get away with things. I'm not just speaking on Jax, but just in general, the ensemble of a cast were able to just get away with things when they were younger. You know,
yes,
and
so
years
true.
ago. And I think the stakes are very, very different. They're a lot more real when you're older. There's families involved. There's children involved. And just the fan base in general is completely, completely different. Cancel culture is a very real thing right now. And I've been doing PR for 25 years. I started seeing the shift with cancel culture actually in the Bachelor franchise. Mm-hmm. Years ago. And that was starting with, even I remember Caitlin Bristow when she was the Bachelorette. Did you guys watch Bachelor?
No.
Yeah, she was the first lead that slept with someone, actually Nick Viall, Don't start.
Don't get me started.
I know he doesn't like Nick, but she was the first lead because normally the premise of the show, you're not intimate until you're given those overnights, and you're allowed overnights with 3 people, the last remaining 3. And I think she had been intimate before that with Nick, and the way she was shamed and slut shamed, and I remember. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it, but it was really, really terrible. And nobody did anything. And that was like the real first shift that I saw. And then also, obviously, if somebody has made a racial remark from years ago on Twitter or things like that, you're finished.
How many people have been canceled off of Love Island this season?
I haven't. I know about 1.
Okay, I heard 3, so somewhere in there. So, okay, the season's not even done shooting yet, and people have got canceled before it's even done filming. Now, were they supposed to get canceled? Was it justified?
Listen, any type of racial remark or slur
I didn't know that.
Is
racial.
Absolutely, unequivocally wrong.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
In my opinion. At the same time, I wish there was room for people to allow space for accountability and growth, and not it just being lip service, putting a statement out, but really actively owning their mistakes and doing the work. I know I'm so sick of saying doing the work, and Jax is literally like can't stand hearing it either. But really, taking the steps to educate themselves, because I do believe, and again, going back to Bachelor, and I've worked with a lot of people on Bachelor that have experienced this, but it wasn't coming from a place of hatred or, it was ignorance.
Right.
And I think a lot of people have grown up in small towns, even myself, and I've learned so much personally about different cultures and what's right from wrong and what's allowed and not allowed in today's culture, or what's appropriate or not. And I think giving space to people to learn and grow is really, really important than just completely cutting them off. So I would like to see some evolution in that way. I hope to see that at least.
All right, let's get into some fun topics here. Do you watch any other Bravo shows?
Pretty much everything except Below Deck.
Yeah, I don't really watch Housewives, but I watch like Summer House or Southern Charm.
So you're deep invested in the Valley. You're invested.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's cast members on the show that are not being honest?
100%.
Yes. I think that, we know, for instance, that Janet, she was divorced. She hasn't spoken about. I think there's a lot to Janet that we don't know, and she's trying to poke holes in other people.
Do you think, other than Janet, there's other people not being honest on the show?
Definitely.
Probably.
I think
is there someone specific?
I think Danny and Neil, everybody loves them, but they don't give a real insight.
Jax, you just need to zip it.
Please, I'm begging you. Can you please change the header on the Twitter? Can we change
the header?
Yeah, I hate that. It's the top picture of my head and Brittany's head. Can we change that?
Yeah, we can change that for you.
All right.
Did you follow them back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have an Instagram now, or is it strictly Twitter?
No, we have a TikTok. We just launched it.
Okay, good.
TikTok.
So what's your name on TikTok? Is it the same? Your handle?
_Justice4Jax.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind, kindly, if you can change the header.
Yeah, we'll change that for you.
Okay, cool. Guys, what are you thinking right now on, this is just a hot topic right now, and this is I'm not poking fun or poking jabs at Sheena at all. What are you guys thinking about the Sheena news right now and the timing of all this?
We'll both give our opinions.
Yeah, so
we have differing opinions a little bit.
I personally I don't enjoy watching Sheena. I think Sheena is, she wants to be on the show. That's fine. But I think that the fact that certain people get penalized for revealing too much or things that people don't like, and then you have other people that are sitting on information to air it out when it's most advantageous,
beneficial.
I think it's not right, but at the same time, there's something interesting there, right? She did expose something uncomfortable that maybe other people don't.
And I feel bad for her. I think what happened was probably, I don't know, I'm assuming one of the most traumatic things that's probably ever happened to her. And I can imagine it would be You're trying to navigate your new baby coming, your marriage.
It was COVID, right in the middle of COVID.
I mean, and then being like making the quick decision of putting that out on the air.
And I was just going to say too, like once you left Vanderpump, right, the show sucked, and like Sheena had this information. She said,
"That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering." And I haven't had this conversation with Sheena yet because I haven't really. I talked to Brock a couple times, but I'm curious, and I want to know as a friend. I kind of want to know, why did you wait this long? Why didn't you throw this out there on the show when we were filming? Why are we waiting 4 years? What, like, you know, I want to know what your thoughts are behind this and why you thought right now was the right time.
I think it could be twofold. I think number one, she is coming out with a book. Number two, I think that it's easier to come out about something traumatic that happened to you once you're past it. I mean, why open the world up to something that you're still working on yourself with your husband and your family? She might feel like, listen, Brock and I are in a really good place now. I'm strong enough to hear the public's opinions. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I disagree.
But I think she also probably wanted it for her book. But I feel bad for Sheena. I do.
I think I'm probably a little more jaded, but I think like, you know, maybe she sees an opportunity. There's a vacuum of you know, there's the ability for her to go into the vacuum and, you know, get some attention and maybe
110%. If you don't think that, there's something wrong.
Bad.
I'm sorry. No, listen, this is not a shot. But the week before your book launch,
yeah, come on.
But this is what I'm going to say.
But you know what? Good for her. You know what? She's using this as maybe like a little bit of an incentive to give her a little feel better, maybe like a feel better moment. I'm trying to look at the upside here. I'm looking at the upside because I do like Sheena. As much shit she talks about me, I know that's a deflection mode, and that's what people do when they're insecure about themselves. They talk about other people. So I'm wondering, like, I want to know, and I'm going to have this conversation with her. I'm going to talk to her. I'm like, did you sit down with your family, your friends, your husband, say, hey, listen, I'm going to come out with this, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is where I'm going to do it. I want to know the conversation that she had with Brock. Brock, hey, I'm going to do this. This is what's going to be said. I'm not going to say this, but I am going to say this. I want to know what his response was to that, too. I did talk to him. Actually, I called him the other day. I invited him to I had a birthday party. It was my birthday this weekend. And thank you. I had a dinner, not a birthday party. I had a boys' dinner. I had like 20 of my closest guys. And I did invite Brock. I was on the fence about it, but I'm like, you know what? He's going through a hard time. I've been in his shoes before. I'm not justifying what he did at all, but it could be a very lonely place where he is right now. Very, very lonely. And I extended the invitation. He's like, yeah, man, I would love to be there. Unfortunately, she knows in Chicago and I can't get a babysitter, yada, yada. But I did extend the invitation. As much shit as he talks about me, as much shit Sheena talks about me, you know, I try to take the high road and say, hey, listen, you're welcome. But I do have some questions. Will they probably be aired out on the book? Maybe. She's probably going to save it for the podcast, I'm guessing. But when something like this happens, when you're cheated on, you have to say, and we talked about this last night, if we're going to move forward, you cannot bring up the cheating scandal again. If you don't want to move on, that's totally fine. But if we're moving forward from this, you can't bring it up again. Correct or no? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you move forward if you're going to have an argument about who left the milk out last night, and then all of a sudden it got to, well, you cheated on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen.
So I actually, I know you said that, but I agree to a certain extent, but I feel like you need to get to a place where you're able to be that way. I think that if a spouse or a partner cheated on the other and you're both making the decision to stay together, I do think that the person that cheated is responsible to really put in a lot of effort to build that trust again.
Yes.
And I think that the other partner may have moments of rage or being really emotional or questioning things, and these things might sneak out 6 months later or a year later, but it's very much on you, on the other person that cheated, to own that and be able to continue to make them feel better and talk it through if that's what they need. However, at a certain point, yes, if you're willing to stay, this can't be brought up every single day or every single week, right?
Right.
There needs to be a limit, because then you're not happy. So why are you staying together? Like, if you really can't get past anything. But I think that, yes, there's definitely going to be moments where insecurities may arise. And the other person needs to understand that.
There was rumors of it. It's not like I didn't hear this before, but it wasn't strong enough rumors for me to say anything. Apparently, Lala's known for a very, very long time. I talked to Jason about it, Caperna, who's Janet's husband. He's known about it for a little while. So people knew. Some people did know.
Did they? I think, didn't Lala just, I don't keep
Jason
up, but my algorithm, I think Lala said that she didn't know until very recently.
She knew... She said she knew. I have to know exactly, but she knew. Basically, she knew with it, whatever, after a while. So I'm wondering, again, if Lala had any input on this. And you know what I've noticed, too? Again, love Lala. I talked to her the other day because she keeps up with me on my sobriety and asks how I'm doing. I'm wondering, because Lala's feisty, right? She's really feisty, and she gets evil sometimes. But I'm wondering, I don't know if you noticed on her podcast, she seems really lenient on Brock. Like, usually she's very angry, when men do what they do, which is very warranted. But she seems very lenient on Brock. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I've noticed that, but I also think Sheena seems at least like that's her absolute best friend, and she's following her best friend's lead. I think that if Sheena was still super angry, she would probably back her on that.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I mean, I'm going to have to talk to Sheena. I'll find all this out as soon as I talk to her. I know she's out of town, but I'm just curious. Like, I don't know. It's a tough situation. This happened 4 years ago. So she was pregnant during COVID. How did he find the time? Who's the girl? I have so many questions. I don't know. Okay, a little bit enough of that. We got into her life a little bit, but like I said, nothing ill will towards Sheena. This is a very hot topic right now, so I kind of wanted to know what was going on, and so, I haven't talked to them in a while, so I was just curious. So what's your guys' plans for the future of the Justice4Jax page? Where does it go from here?
I don't know.
We only have 2 episodes left. We got today, right? We have today's episode, and we have next week, and then we have the reunion. So we're coming down to the wire here.
Well, we were thinking of maybe doing a rewatch of Vanderpump Rules. I mean, we've watched it like 10 times, but we thought about maybe doing that.
Deep dive?
I've wanted Jax to do that, and then do an episode on maybe you guys could do something together, like key episodes. I mean, not every single one,
right.
But
maybe a couple key episodes from each season.
Yeah, like we could take a whole
and because there's a lot of people that don't understand and now we can talk about it because the show's over. So we can kind of deep dive and be like, okay, this is what you guys saw. This is what really happened. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way the show gets edited sometimes and they don't have a lot of time. But there's a lot of stuff that's misunderstood. And I like to clear up a lot of things.
TikTok is amazing for that, because they bring on TikTok, I will see the scenes from years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, and you really are, I don't want to say the same person because of course there's change. However, you really do still use the same lines.
Yeah, I do. I stick with what works.
But does it work?
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
But these old scenes are amazing. I think people would love to see you kind of rehash.
Yeah, I would love to get into some old episodes of Vanderpump and kind of clear things up and talk about. People have a lot of questions on certain things, and to be honest, I haven't watched. I probably have watched maybe out of all the Vanderpump episodes, I've watched maybe 5 episodes in 10 seasons. Maybe 5. Maybe. I just don't like watching the show.
I never used to believe him when he said that. I was always like, okay, Jax, you're just acting.
I don't watch the Valley.
You're just acting too cool. He legitimately doesn't even know what day it is. Like when it's Tuesday, I'm like, oh, an episode's on tonight. Oh, really? He completely
I'll just see it on social media. Oh, it was on last night. I totally forget. I'm tuned out. This was such a dark season for me that normally I don't watch. But
you have watched a few episodes, but I have to physically force him.
Yeah, I got to be forced to watch it. And it's just like,
I get that.
Well, listen, I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. It's been an honor, and I hope that we can keep in a relationship going because you guys seem normal, right, Lori? Can we confirm they're normal? Can we confirm that we have 2 people running this page and it's not us?
I'm going to come in the picture in a sec so you could see me, so I could say hi.
This is Lori. She's going to come in. So that's Lori. So yeah, anyway, she's my publicist, as you guys know, and I really appreciate you guys reaching out. And like I said, I'd love to have you guys back.
We'd love to come back.
I'd love to have you guys back on again because, like I said, you guys seem like you know a lot about. Is there anything you want to ask?
Ooh, I guess. Just have you read like the tweets like outside of
yes we were reading them also last night.
Last night we were reading them. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I made a very public statement that I'm off of social media right now for my mental health. I've kind of stayed away from it just because I needed to clear my head while the season was airing, and it's just not good for me to be on, positive or negative. I just needed to be off social media. So
oh my God, look at this
up until I love that one. I love that one.
Jax can do it. If I ever feel down, I look to this powerful poster for guidance. Jax completed a grueling stint in rehab. He put in the work to better himself as a father, a friend, a man. Jax Taylor holds his head high against the horde of naysayers and negativity. If he can, we can. Remember. I mean, who's writing this?
We are. That one was him.
That's really, hey man, I don't know.
Oh my God, look at you here.
I know, I look so young there. I look like Zac Efron.
You do. Yeah.
What was I just asking? What did I just ask you guys? What was I saying? Oh, no. So, yeah. So, as far as, like, going on social media, I'm kind of dabbling back into reading some things again. But I just, for my mental health, I needed to be off that. But last night, Lori and I were talking. We were going off of what we were going to talk about today. And we were reading them, some of them. And they were just great. They were hilarious. They were good, heartfelt. And I loved it.
I mean, this tweet. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. We were saying we're glad that you can laugh because we also weren't sure if we would be like upsetting you because it's also obviously very satirical. Like, you know, we're being funny too. So
yeah. Okay, we got to get going, guys. I know they got to get going. We got to get going. I just want to say thank you guys so much again for stopping by, putting the rumors to rest. We have Justice4Jax on the podcast. People are going to be excited to hear from you guys. I'm hoping people are going to be excited to have you back because I'm excited to have you back. Again, you guys have a wonderful day. Again, you can see them on _Justice, the number 4 Jax on Twitter. _Justice4Jax on TikTok.
Yes.
Okay, check them out. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be sending you guys merch, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. Have a great rest of your week, and enjoy tonight's episode.
Thank you. We will. Bye, guys.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.